Hello everyone, Darkizer here, welcoming you back to episode 9 of my Space Engineers Survival Battlecruiser build. I wanted to begin by saying thank you all very much for all of your support. I have surpassed 50 subscribers, and while that might not seem like much to anybody else, for an amateur like myself, it actually means a lot. I'm also receiving more feedback from my current subscribers, as well as all kinds of positive messages from new subscribers, people that are just hooking up, that are hoping to see my numbers climb up and hoping to see more content. So wanted to start out by saying a great big thank you and a big shout out to all of my loyal fans. I also wanted to thank Hero of Cadia, one of my subscribers, for his suggestion. He had mentioned that I might want to put in a manual control after I showed you in last video that I had these ramps set up on automatic. He had suggested that I have an automatic, or that I have a manual control, due to the fact that at some point in the future the sensors might be damaged or what have you, and so as a result I might not be able to get these hatches open, and I might not be able to get from one level to the next. So I have installed manual switches at the tops and the bottoms of each of these ramps, and quite a few of the ramps will have manual switches from here on out. As I said, thank you to Hero of Cadia for actually making that suggestion for me. I wanted to show you one of the sections that I recently finished. This is going to be where I'm going to be accessing my utility level from my engine room. And so again, these are not going to be on automatic. I am not going to put automatic sensors on these because this area is not going to be accessed as often. Since this is the utility area, this isn't merely moving from deck to deck. This is the utility area, and people are only going to be going there when they need to build something or fix something or check up on something. I have also decided, instead of merely having the keel running down the center line of the ship and holding things horizontally, I'm also going to put a large armored wall running vertically down the spine of the ship that will not only provide it with a certain amount of extra rigidity and an extra amount of added protection, it will separate the left side from the right side, again, to prevent catastrophic depressurization. In the event that I have one side of the ship or one half of the ship or the other depressurized, it will still leave me half of a ship. Now, when I mentioned that I was going to have to be fixing these conveyors, I had talked about planning. I've been talking about planning since I started. Planning, and how important it is. I did not realize until I actually got these thrusters in. You remember I put these thrusters in before last episode, trying to make sure I had everything all set up, trying to make sure that it wasn't going to interfere with my gravity generators. I forgot to allow for the fact that I was going to have interior blocks for the floor of my engineering space, and so these were actually 2 blocks too low. So just like I did before, I mounted them in the wrong place, so I had to grind them out, go ahead and reinstall them, and now I need to reinstall all of these mounts, and I need to fill all of this in. I had to cut out the mounts at the top that were going across, all of the lateral mounts, and I had to bump everything up. So, like I said, I fucked up. But now I think I have everything about where it needs to go, and everything appears to be symmetrical, and the thrusters are right about where I want them to be. I am going to post pictures, or links to pictures rather, in the comments section so that you guys can see the pictures that I'm actually looking at for motivation and inspiration, and to give you an idea of what I have going on. One of the things I wanted to mention, once I get the pictures out there and my viewers get a chance to look at them, I'm going to be asking for advice from some of my viewers I have never built anything this large before. Some of the pictures are, shall we say, somewhat vague in certain areas, and there are parts of the ship that are not clear. Even if you can see them clearly, their purpose is not necessarily clear. I have considered the idea of moving the entire processing station to the ship and mounting it just as a sidecar along one side, someplace where it'll be easy to distinguish it from the rest of the ship, and it will be easy to determine where the ship ends and where the processing station should begin, so that when it comes time to finish the ship, I can just go ahead, disassemble the processing station, everything will be fine. I'm thinking about converting the entire bow of the ship temporarily into one large drill craft, basically taking the nose off of my current drill ship, mounting a much larger version of it on the bow of the Battlecruiser. Right now, the processing time is what's killing me, because I can do an hour's worth of welding and it will take me 6 or 8 hours worth of drilling and flight time and processing time and so on and so forth. And so I'm approaching a point of diminishing returns with regards to that. So I either need to grossly upscale my apparatus, and it bothers me that I might have to build a mining ship that is even 10% the size of the Battlecruiser just to be able to get enough resources to get to the Battlecruiser, or to get the Battlecruiser done. Or I can try to incorporate everything together. I'm thinking about using the XPAR modular reactors because they do look so cool. And I think I can make a really great looking engine room that way. So let me know what you think. I appreciate the comments, even the people who write in for criticism. So far, all of the criticism has been constructive, and I do thank you all for that. Internet being what it is, I was actually expecting a lot of negative feedback, but so far, you all have been great, and I wanted to make sure that you all knew it. So as I said, if you have any comments, if you have any suggestions, any advice or requests as to how I might do things, or things that I might demonstrate or show off, please go ahead and drop them down into the comments section below. Please spread the word. Anyone who's a StarCraft fan, anyone who's a Space Engineers fan, anyone who's a fan of large spacecraft, go ahead, let them know that I'm doing this monumental project, and get them in on it. Get them on the bandwagon. The more people that I have following me and supporting me, then the faster I'm going to work on this thing, and the faster I'm going to get it done. As always, likes are appreciated, and subscriptions doubly so. Thank you very much for watching. This is Darkeyser, signing off. Have a good day.